All right, guys, so we're going to do an update on that disastrous Barbie convention over the weekend, the Barbie Dreamfest. Apparently,
Barbie Nightmare Fest.
Barbie Nightmare Fest. Apparently, it was so bad that the convention owner gave refunds to people after complaints. And I read somewhere, I can't verify, but apparently there's some pressure from Mattel because they had to license a name and they didn't want their name associated with this shit show. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about some people that were actually there and said it wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. It just was very sparsely attended.
Well, this is like a sparse in general. They spread it all out. And I'm sorry, that roller rink that was literally like a little area with like dividers, I would be mad too.
The roller dink.
The roller dink. There you go.
Roller
I mean,
dink,
we go to conventions all the time. We've been guests at conventions. And, you know, what I'm seeing here is not like what it is for most conventions. Honestly, with the most conventions, it was that empty.
Yeah.
That would be kind of nice because you get into things. But the vendor room only had like, 10 vendors or something like that. I'd be like, why did I pay? Because for me, that's where I want to go. I want to go to see some of the panels and stuff. But mostly, I want to go buy shit, especially if it's toys. So...
Yeah, and they didn't have like any exclusive Barbies or anything like that. And that's usually these, especially if they have some association, even if it's licensed from the rights holder, they usually have exclusive toys. And that's why people go. I know like you were really into the pony conventions. They would have exclusive ponies there.
I never got to go, but I have bought exclusive ponies.
I know with Transformers, BotCon always had exclusives, and those things would go for a ton of money because you'd have to go there to get them, and they were produced in limited quantity. And you would expect something like this would have. PowerCon did, in the past. Actually, the Brushable Hair She-Ra, that was a PowerCon exclusive. Mm-hmm. But you would think that they would do that here. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And this is Barbie's Fire Fest, I guess. That's what they were calling it. BBC has an update. Barbie Dreamfest in Florida to issue refunds after fan complaints.
Okay.
They said the organizers of Barbie Dreamfest weekend in Florida are issuing refunds to attendees after customers complained of a lackluster event. The creators of the event promised an unforgettable experience and advertised a roller rink and disco with a caption that read, "Join us for 3 days of glam, nostalgia, and dream big energy made for Barbie fans of every generation." Ticket holders paid up to $450. Say it was far from that. Photos of the event show a gray convention center space with pink cardboard cutout Barbie signs.
Yeah.
And here, Mattel stepping in. Mattel, which owns the Barbie brand, said that full refunds would be given to everyone who purchased tickets. That's probably Mattel stepping in to save the image of Barbie. Mm-hmm. So people are like, "Oh, it wasn't an official thing." I'm like, "No, it said right at the bottom they licensed the Barbie name from Mattel, and Mattel
knew about it. Yeah,
Mattel knew about it, and Mattel is not going to want Barbie associated with Fire Festival." Okay, mm-hmm. So that's what was going on.
Well, too late there. That's never going to be undone at this point.
Right. So one attendee who flew to the event from Ohio for a spring break trip with his daughters and wife told the Times that upon entering the concrete event space, he thought, "Is this it? Like, did I miss something?" Others took to social media to air their complaints. "This event sucks," one user wrote on Reddit. "The life-size Barbie dream house is a cheap backdrop with a picnic table on some fake AstroTurf."
Yeah. Yep.
Hold on. Hell Hotel, a burlesque group who attended the event. Oh, okay. They went to the event. I thought they brought them in for the Barbie event. I'm like, wait a minute. So many things wrong with this. Hell Hotel Burlesque Barbie. There you go. Told the BBC that they were expecting much more based on what was advertised to us through their social media channels. Yeah, they made it look like it was a big ass deal on social media. Like,
yeah,
it's going to be huge. Young women in their 20s and 30s were advertising the event on social media, but in reality, many of the experiences at the convention were height restricted and for children up to 8 years old.
What? So they're charging $400 to make you think you're like the roller rink and stuff. And then you get there, because that explains why there's only kids in there. You're only allowed to do it if you're a kid. So why the fuck pay it?
Well, that's exactly it, and that's why they're getting their money back. There were empty halls, maybe 14 vendors, a lack of things to do for all ages, and especially a lack of events for a demographic. Barbie Dreamfest was created by Mischief Management. We've heard
that before. Where's that name come before?
Harry Potter. They did Harry Potter conventions.
Yes, I was like, I know we've talked about them before.
Yeah, they've done Harry Potter. I think they did a Doctor Who convention before too. I know that they do Harry Potter conventions though.
Okay, I was saying, I remember we talked about them before for something else. But they were in trouble for something.
Oh yeah, probably. They licensed the Barbie brand from Mattel. The company said this is why Mattel probably put pressure on them to give the money back. So that means that they're going to be if they're giving the money back to every attendee. That means they're going to be out like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, because they probably spent money to do this too and had to pay for the stuff. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't spend a whole lot of money, obviously, but they had to.
But they still cost something. So they said that they are issuing full refunds. We want every fan experience to be an excellent one. They said in a statement, Mischief Management to the BBC, that it appreciated the passion and engagement from the Barbie community. Oh, I'm sure that's what you're saying behind the closed doors. Barbie Dreamfest was created as an intimate fan convention designed to foster meaningful connection, inspiration, and closer access to Barbie and her world. Where we will be providing full refunds to everyone who purchased tickets.
Everyone.
The day pass, which most people paid for, was $72. For a day pass is still high
insane.
for a con.
For a convention, that's
33,
insane.
And 33 for children. A lot of conventions let kids in under a certain age for free or like a much reduced rate. $250 for a 3-day pass with a swag bag that was a plastic pouch of hand sanitizer, which we talked about. They said it was like the Willy Wonka experience. Other people compared it to DashCon. It was an industrial. They talk about the Willy Wonka thing. Okay, we keep going down. What else is going on here?
They said
that Barbie with all the chip paint.
That's it. That's all chip. Yeah, this looks like, okay, so it looked like Mattel maybe gave them some stuff from some trade shows, because this all looks like trade show stuff.
Mm-hmm. To use, yeah.
Right, and there wasn't any carpet or anything either. Okay, so as a guy who used to organize trade show events for the one company I worked at.
Yes, we literally have done so many things. I can't even tell you.
People are like, oh, it doesn't. It's like, no, I wore a lot of hats, right? But okay, so the one company I worked for, the one that was the government adjacent company, and then another company I worked for, I was the marketing guy. I organized the trade shows. If they're not paying for carpeting, they're doing that to save money, because you actually do have to pay extra. You rent these convention spaces, a lot of times you have to pay extra for carpet. And then you have to pay extra to have the union guys bring all the shit in. Like, you literally would have to like bring your stuff for your booth to the entrance, and then the union guy would have to take it and walk it over, and then you'd go over, follow him over. I think you had to tip them too and set your booth up. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But this looks like leftover Mattel trade show stuff.
It does, especially since it's all chipped up with the base and stuff.
Like, it's been used and abused. And they probably would, schlep it to like San Diego Comic-Con and, any kind of like the toy fairs and stuff like that. And that
the ribbons and stuff, the dividers, that's probably, you can get that pretty cheap. Cones are just pink and white cones, which you can get places. A lot of the stand-ups, either trade show stuff or the stuff they made that were like dirt cheap cardboard type shit.
Yeah, it was.
It's still expensive, but it's not like what you'd expect. When you're saying a tour, you can photo ops and tour of a dream house. It's not like a cardboard cutout with someone's parked VW van in front of it.
So not everybody had a bad experience though. This is coming from event marketer. Some people said it wasn't that bad. It's just there weren't a lot of people there. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks pretty bad to me. As someone who's done many a convention, this does not look like that. Does not look, and especially if they're, kind of, and especially if they're advertising it. If they were go on social media and advertising it to people that were adults, and then they make it also it's like kid size stuff. Yeah, that's kind of crap.
So they said, we were at the Barbie Dreamfest. Here's what the viral event was really like. They said, it was about $70 a day and $450 for a VIP weekend. That is more than most comic conventions. Dreamfest was billed as the ultimate fan event for Barbie buffs of all ages and slated to offer everything from disco, roller rink to fashion show to a dream house. And some likened it to Fire Festival and the Willy Wonka fiasco in Glasgow. Others questioned if Mattel was responsible. In reality, Mattel licensee Mischief Management produced the event.
But Mattel licensed it to them, and they're the ones demanding that people get refunds.
Yeah, so
they are involved.
Yeah, they said in a formal statement, a Mattel spokesperson said Barbie Dreamfest was created by Mischief Management, which licensed the Barbie brand from Mattel. We are working with them, who are managing attendee feedback and issuing full refunds to everyone who purchased tickets. So yeah, I think the only reason anybody's getting their money back is Mattel's like, hell
Mattel
no.
stepped in. And the prices to begin with were outrageous.
Somebody said, I think it was actually our son said, hey, why didn't they have an Oppenheimer event next door? That might have helped help the attendance, But so they said, the polished, vibrant environments have come to be synonymous with live Barbie-themed experiences. They're nowhere to be found. Even the entryway leading to the main event was a series of 3 sad inflatable arches. They said it was cavernous inside. That looks like a strawberry shortcake right there. It doesn't look like Barbie.
Yeah,
They said it was billed as all ages, but aside from buying collectibles, and doll vendors were engaging in a few photo ops. Adults who attended with young ones had little to keep them occupied. They needed like Barbie's bar, Barbie's pole dance burlesque show. They said, yeah, it was clearly geared toward kids. Activations like the interactive Barbie Dream House and 80s themed roller rink were among the touch points that initially inspired us to attend, but the render versus reality pain was real. The Dream House was a one-dimensional facade.
Yeah, that's not. You should have had something set up like it looked like. Even if you did little sections that were designed to look like the rooms from the original, like Dream House with the furniture, it looks like it and stuff. So you had the facade, but you could actually step inside the room, and they could even tell you here's where you can buy the furniture and stuff like that. So you could go buy it from the places that donated it used for the thing. They could have. You had something else they could have done. They could have got mannequins. And they could have dressed them like Barbie, throughout the eras, and like in actual outfits, and then they could have dressed them like that, and then you could have gone through they did this at Celebration, where they had the different costumes that on display on the mannequins, and you can see they could have done that.
For Star Wars, yeah.
Here's the original Barbie. Here's a replica dress, and if they have a dressmaker who makes this stuff, get them to donate, then promote their shop, and then go up to here's astronaut Barbie, here's totally hair Barbie, and so every decade or 2 have a couple for each decade or something. That would have been at least something been cool, got pictures with.
Inflatable boob skipper.
Yeah, well, there was a teen skipper that if you turned her arm, her boobs got bigger.
So
she got taller too.
Oh my God, hear me out, Mattel. Halloween Horror Nights, Barbie's Nightmare House. It would be better than this, but you could have mannequin Barbies killing people and shit. That would be crazy.
They won't do that because that would be brand damaging.
Well, this is brand damaging. That's why they stepped in, right? There's the roller rink.
Apparently only little kids were allowed to skate. By the way, it sounds. That's their roller skating rink.
Okay, so they had donuts. The expectation that we'd have no problem finding something decent to eat and drink were dashed upon arrival. After taking an early flight to Florida, then heading straight to the venue, the lack of sustenance made for a rough start. So they basically just had candy bars, roasted nuts, and Barbie donuts.
I can't imagine paying all this money to fly to Florida just to go to this stupid Dreamfest. There's a lot of conventions I like. I mean, even Celebration, there's something going on all the time. It's gigantic. It's packed. There's tons of stuff.
Yeah, you would. I mean, especially with the Barbie movie. I mean, Barbie is making kind of a big comeback, right? They should have a concert with Barbie and the Rockers. They brought them back.
They could have played some of their songs. I mean, there's so many things they could have done. I mean, let one of us planned it. It would have been a hell of a lot better. And honestly, this stuff sounds expensive, but a lot of it, if you find somebody who does this custom stuff, you could just, donate it, and then we'll just make sure that we put links to your, here's where you can buy these pieces of furniture, like Barbie Dreamhouse furniture in your own home. Here's where you can get these outfits. That kind of stuff. It would have benefited other businesses too. There's all kinds of things you could have done.
They said the panel guests were great, but they said that you couldn't really see the stage or anything.
But most of them had nothing to do with Barbie other than the fact that they were powerful women type situation.
Photo op. So not only did you pay $72, I guess, to get in the door, but they said the photo op that was operated by an ambassador cost $3.
Wait, you weren't able to take the pictures unless
$3.
So their photo ops weren't even them.
No.
They brought a third-party vendor in. So it's like when you go to a convention and then you can get your picture taken with Star Wars stuff or whatever. But usually those conventions for kids and they're free entry or very low entry.
They said. This is crazy. Yeah, they said, you would have to take your own picture, but if you wanted somebody to actually take it for you, you had to pay them $3.
Okay, well, that I can see. Take your own picture, though.
Oh,
but
God.
I was this is...
Yeah. They said, it's no secret the event industry is a tough business, and modern attendees won't sell for less than the best that an event organizer
Not when you're charging that much.
No, so when the next fan event comes around, we hope everyone wins. They said it wasn't that bad, but I'm like, it looks actually worse when you spell it out. You didn't say anything good about it. Yeah, Reddit still, there's still all kinds of complaints on Reddit about it. And this is why they're giving everybody's money back. I mean, here's a brand ambassador. It's a case study in what happens when brand strategy and experiential execution are completely disconnected.
Yeah, there was definitely, but the thing is they run other events.
Yeah.
You know, so they shouldn't have had a disconnect in execution. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's called, I want to keep more money.
They're saying the National Barbie Doll Collectors Convention's been running for more than 40 years, and they're okay. It's okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's I know for a fact there's other events. I knew there was.
Yeah. So it's just like, it just sounds like the event organizer dropped the ball. They got Mattel's blessing. They dropped the ball, and then Mattel's like, oh shit, we're making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Let's, force him to give all the money back because you're going to damage the Barbie brand. Mm-hmm. And that might have actually been in the contract. There might have been some sort of like brand ambassador clause, like you can't make our brand look bad if you would like to use the Barbie name.
Yeah, it could be. It's very possible. And the fact is that and then why would they question them if they put on other events before? So, right. I mean, this might do them in, too, for events, because who's going to want to work with them after this? So, I don't know. Somebody's getting fired or in trouble, so.
Somebody's getting taken to Barbie's dream woodshed. It's pink. So, your ass cheeks are going to be pink by the time they get done with you, too.
What's the little mini doll? Is it Kelly or whatever?
Kelly?
Bring out Kelly!
Oh, my God. Bring out Kelly. She's got pink leather. It's like... Kick her ass, Barbie. All right. It turns out Kelly's actually, it's just like anime. Kelly is actually 32 years old. She just looks like she's 8. Trust me, bro. Yep. That's it. All right. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.